Hey folks, real quick before we begin, I just want to share something awesome with you. This sticker, made by Mod Twink, from my Discord server. I just want to do a bit of friendly advertising, as it is a very awesome and beautiful sticker. But don't tell him that. He has an ego, I'm told. You can get yourself your very own Hydrated Ganon sticker in this style by following the link below. You'd help out Mod Twink and help me support a friend. And of course, get a really awesome sticker. Oh, and there are other awesome stickers to check out whilst you're over there. So, go check it out. Much appreciated. Now, onto the video. Hey folks. Fact, theory, or mystery in the Legend of Zelda series? We love it around here. Which is exactly why I've created my very own series, reviewing your theories and mysteries. An opportunity to move away from going over my own thoughts and putting you lovely folks in the spotlight, discussing any and all theories and or mysteries that you submit. Welcome back. How are we all doing today? Good? Bad? In the middle? Whatever it may be, I hope that today's episode brings you joy and a sweet hit of dopamine. To ensure that, I love you. You're all very awesome, beautiful humans. But now, let's get this show going. It's a very Tears of the Kingdom focus episode, naturally, but an awesome one. We're talking about mysterious figures, telescopes, and even origin stories, as well as much more. Oh, and before getting into our first submission, I thought I'd let you all know that I have a theory critique channel in my Discord server. If you'd like to share your theories there, then feel free. As for mysteries, we have an Everything Zelda chat, as well as headcanons for, well, headcanons. Or if you just want to join in general and speak to myself as well as many other lovely people, the link to my server can be found down below, ages 13 and up. But now, be sure to go grab yourself a snack or drink and send them in to get featured right here. And also be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps the channel out. And let's get into this one. Our first submission of the day comes from user Cavenage. The platform that the mysterious figure stands on looks to be the same one Link rides on. This could mean that they are in contact, sending him on quests and possibly giving him his hand. Epic first submission, I must say. One that hasn't been talked about enough in my opinion. At the end of the most recent trailer, we saw Link jump onto and essentially glide through the air as the trailer transitioned into the logo and name reveal. It's a super brief few seconds, but why is this specifically not being discussed as much as everything else? This glider thing surely isn't just a small piece of the game. It's in this trailer, so it must have some importance. And we may already know its rough origin. In the beginning of this trailer, we also saw these carvings that have been heavily discussed. Probably one of the most discussed parts of this trailer. This one in particular has a lot of speculation and theories surrounding it. Where we're going to look specifically is the platform this figure appears to be standing on, or potentially gliding on. Look at the surroundings too. Wind, signifying height and possibly speed. Possibly in the sky, which is also a huge focus of this game. Where do we see Link also on a platform? The sky. At a height. So connect those dots and we're getting somewhere. Obviously this is highly speculative and not solid, but that's the best you're gonna get until more information on the game is known. I want to say yes to this, to be honest. With everything going on with the sky, this figure likely being an important figure of the Skylands, this platform also being the platform glider Link is seen on, could make perfect sense, and currently speaking, in my opinion, is the most logical idea. In my opinion. You also mentioned that this could even connect both Link and the figure seen here, not just that he's riding on the platform, but they're actually connected. Perhaps even sending the hero on quests within the sky, using their glider thing to traverse. Perhaps even being the one who gave him the arm. The arm part is very possible. The quests, that is more of a shot in the dark for me, but still a possibility if the rest is true. And I'll leave your submission there. It's a very logical assumption to make, and in my opinion, is actually very likely to be the case. I mean, somebody will need to help Link with traversal in the air. Zelda appears to be out of the picture. Again. Goddamn damsel treatment. Get Zelda involved, man. Anyway, yeah, nice submission. I think it's very possible. Next up, from user AskCosplay Senpai, the ancient Sheikah telescopes were once able to see into the true skies of Hyrule, and the Sheikah constellations are actually a map of the Sky Islands. Oh my god. Off the bat, what a hot take this is. One that makes perfect sense. What are telescopes for? Seen far into the distance, including up into the sky, typically for stars, but in this case, ancient islands floating around up there. If you weren't already aware, there are 2 giant Sheikah telescopes found in Hyrule at each tech lab. Heteno and Akala, both pointed into the distance, and I believe at Death Mountain currently. But you know, telescope angles can be altered easily, and what's to say that at some point they weren't looking into the sky for these islands, somehow knowing of them. The Sheikah are very into astrology and constellations. Hey, Pura won't be friends with you unless you're one of 3 select star signs. No, for real. The Sheikah love this. Constellations can be found in almost all of their architecture. It's crazy. They're also a super ancient race. There is a chance that if the telescope idea was to be true, that they were once pointed looking at these islands, or for these islands, that these could actually be mini maps of the islands in the sky. Now, that would be one crazy bigger picture theory, but it's not too far-fetched given the context of this all. The Sheikah are crazy smart.
My boy's wicked smart.
Yeah, that. I wouldn't put this idea past them. I'm a big fan of this submission, and honestly kind of hope that the developers tie in the telescopes to the sequel and its Skylands. Big shout out to you if that happens. We'll need to collab on a part 2. Let's wait and see though. Next up, from user Mr. Wolfmaster, what if the malice on Death Mountain and the cyclone around Hebra corrupts the local species? The Gorons into Nidorans, and the Zora into River Zora, maybe even the Gerudo turning into Iron Knuckles. Linking back to past titles, I like it. So to get everyone up to speed in case you haven't played the games where you encounter the just mentioned species, Nidorans are a Goron-like species, but they're hostile. River Zora are the old school evil enemy version of Zora, and the Iron Knuckle part is a callback to Ocarina of Time when Nabooru was trapped in the armor and attacked Link. Iron Knuckles in general are Gerudo warriors, but in heavy armor. Again, hostile. It's very speculative, but very entertaining as an idea. We aren't currently sure what exactly is going on at Death Mountain and in the Hebra region, other than visually seen malice and a storm, but as for the effects of these, we don't know yet. This idea, could offer a potential answer in that the malice will corrupt the Gorons, turning them into Nidorans, as seen in Majora's Mask, and the storm could somehow corrupt the Rito in evil ways, maybe making them similar to Alphos from Twilight Princess, the Zora into evil hostile River Zora, and the Gerudo into hostile warriors, if their areas were to be affected as well. However, honestly speaking, I don't think that this will be the case. Maybe the Gorons become corrupt due to the malice, and maybe the Rito. But as for the others, I'm not as convinced on that happening, as there isn't much to go off of currently. I hate to shut the idea down so quickly, but that's just how I feel about this. It's a very neat idea though, and you never know. It is possible. I think Death Mountain and the Gorons are the most likely bet though. Next up, from user Ellie, what if Tears of the Kingdom brought back the Arbiter's Grounds in the form of Malice Rising? Yes, I have to agree and say yes to begin with. You know, Twilight Princess, mega fan and whatnot, but for real, this is awesome. The Arbiter's Grounds is a location found in the Gerudo Desert in Breath of the Wild, but if you know your Zelda lore, / history, then you'll know that this is actually a reference to a past dungeon from Twilight Princess. The Arbiter's Grounds, found in the Gerudo Desert, an ancient prison and execution ground for the worst of criminals, including Ganondorf at one point. By this time frame, reference or reality, the grounds are mostly buried beneath the sand. However, something we've seen going on in the sequel, like mentioned in the last submission, is malice rising from beneath the ground in some surprising locations. Hyrule Castle and Death Mountain being the 2 highlighted so far. The idea of them both leading to dungeons is also on the table here. Now say these grounds also had a malice rising from beneath that could reveal another dungeon in the sequel. The dungeon fan feedback from the first game will surely result in a more traditional approach from the developers to dungeons in the sequel, bringing back a classic location in a new style. Thousands to tens of thousands of years later would be insanely cool, especially given that Ganondorf has a personal connection to these grounds. He was almost executed there once upon a time, killing a sage in the process following his botched execution. Now also consider the connection of the 7 Tears and 7 Sages, and maybe that could tie in as well. You mentioned that the key to beating him may be in there if this was to be the case. For me, that is a total shot in the dark, but a cool idea. Generally speaking, this is a cool idea all round, but obviously is more based on other stuff going on. We'll see, but honestly, I really hope this happens. Just imagine exploring the long forgotten and now changed insides of the grounds that once almost executed the King of Evil, Ganondorf. Fifth and final submission of the episode, from user RYTM. This mysterious figure is actually the owner of the green hand. Okay, here we go. This is a lot within so little to delve into, so let's do it. Let's finish this. Since the very beginning of this game's existence, this hand has been a great mystery, arguably the biggest. Its origins are still not confirmed, but they are becoming slightly more clear, or at least the ability to speculate is. In the early days, some wild ideas were out there, such as Zelda's late mother being the hand. However, recently a new connection has come up. One with more substance. This mysterious figure is seen in the beginning of the latest trailer, and has no identity. Neither does the green hand. This is honestly a likely outcome if you ask me. The hand has been so mysteriously speculated on from the beginning, and in the most recent trailer, we were presented with a mysterious, unidentifiable figure. Connect the dots, and we're onto something. I mean, somebody needs to be connected to the hand. Even past mysterious hands have names and origins. And they were just little pieces within a big game. This hand will clearly be playing a very significant role, as will this figure, presumably. There is the possibility that if they were connected, that they'll be a companion to Link. And going back to an earlier submission, this would make sense with the whole glider thing as well. This theory/idea of the arm being that of this figure is highly likely in my opinion, and I believe that you've nailed its origins spot on. Of course, we will have to wait and see, but I am confident that this will be the case. But as always, with every submission, that is just what I think. Be sure to let me know your thoughts on all of today's submissions down below in the comments. And that is all we have time for in today's episode. We're almost at episode 12, a full year of reviewing your theories and mysteries. Well, sort of. A lot has changed and improved, but I've loved making these. It's a great way to be interactive with you in the form of videos. Oh, and there will be a Christmas special edition, but more on that next month. For now, I thank you all for watching this video. Remember to open the Discord server if you're interested in those previously mentioned chats, and as always, be sure to drop a wee like down below if you enjoyed, and also consider subscribing for more fabulous Zelda content. Both would make my day. Follow my socials linked below to keep up to date, and as always, a huge, massive, amazing shout out goes to all of my channel supporters. Thanks a ton. Your support really helps me to make these videos week in, week out, all month long, 365 days a year. If you'd like to join them and get yourself a shout upon joining and your name at the end of every video, then consider supporting via the links below. Thanks for watching. I hope you all have an amazing day or night, and until the next time, I've been Hyrule Gamer.